the Daily Mail, and has an ear to the ground, an eye to the ground at Newcastle United. Alexanderisak is on official strike at Newcastle United. He refuses to play. He has apparently been fined by the club as well today. So it's all breaking. He's trying to push through that mega move to Liverpool Football Club, hopefully within the next 2 weeks. Just over 2 weeks left in the window, and it's getting desperate now. It's getting crazy now. I mean, his agent's obviously pushing and pushing and pushing, but he's actually on strike. To officially go on strike is very rare in football. And to officially say it, breaking in, let's say, the last half hour, check out Craig Hope on Twitter X and YouTube as well. He's saying it. It's probably everywhere now, but Alexanderisak on strike. What do you think of that, guys? What do you still think? Do you still think the huge possibility that he comes to Reds? I mean, obviously tarnished. He's hugely tarnished with the Geordies, the fans. They did love him. He was the hero. He was involved in the win, the big win against Liverpool, ironically, in the League Cup at Wembley. Champions League season for them, finished 5th. They were ready to rock, push on. They've had a nightmare transfer window, absolute nightmare transfer window. They have Alanga in early. They got Chow from AC Milan. Looks like they're going to get Jacobs in from Aston Villa, but they need strikers, don't they? And if Isak is to go and get his dream move to Liverpool, they certainly will need at least maybe 2, because they let Callum Wilson go as well. Maybe Wissa, who has his own issues at Brentford, and maybe someone else, Samu, probably from the Portuguese league and Porto and stuff like that. But it's going crazy, it's going nuclear. Alexanderisak on strike. So guys, what do you think of that? That's the breaking news. Officially on strike. Will not play for Newcastle. We heard that the last few days. He does not want to play. Does not want to put on the black and white striped jersey ever again. We thought it was bluster. We thought it was bullshit. It seems to be real. It really is kicking off. It's rare, as I say. It's rare in modern football. A top striker like him, top 3, top 4 strikers in the world, to go on strike. You know, it really is. You tarnish it. I mean, let's say Mo Salah at his top 2-3 years ago, you know, went on strike. Similar to the Suarez thing, I suppose, at Liverpool, which we let him go then. But he did bite someone then at the time, didn't he? But the Geordie fans must be absolutely furious if it's true that he's actually on strike and has had a club fine and stuff like that. It's absolutely crazy stuff. But Alexanderisak, I don't know a way back from here. It is sad. I mean, it's terrible. Look, as I say, I wouldn't like it to be happening in Liverpool or any club. You know, your best player, your top player, your main man going on strike, doesn't want to play for you anymore, wants out. He's still 3 years left in his contract. He signed a 6-year contract, by the way, guys. You know, a 6-year contract. And when he came in from Sociedad, no one really wanted him. Yeah, he was, you know, he was one of these potential type guys and took a punt on him. And look where he is now 3 years later. Won the first cup in 70 years. You know, got them into the Champions League, scores a lot of goals to the good, ready to kick on. Apparently this broke about a year ago, and people were talking it was over a year ago when he wanted the move and wanted to double his wages and stuff like that, but it didn't quite happen, and he was promised this, promised that. There's so many stories in the media. There's twists on the Liverpool side, there's twists on the Newcastle media side. Who knows what's going on? But to actually say officially in the last, half hour that he's actually on strike, officially on strike. Now, this is Craig Hope from the Daily Mail, the Newcastle reporter, of course, and he's quite good. I've been following him the last 2 or 3 months. You know, I've been watching a lot of Newcastle media and stuff in the last, 4 or 6 weeks. And this guy, Craig Hope, seems to have an ear to the ground. Keith Downey as well, Sky Sports. But if true, going on strike, wow. Is going on strike the same as handing in a transfer request? Or maybe he's done that already? But he's been officially fined as well from the club, so I hear. But it's all kicking off in the last 45 minutes. But if true, it's crazy. If true, it's crazy. He's really trying to push it through and say, I don't want to play for you again. I want to move to Liverpool. Surely Liverpool should come in now with a bid. We know Newcastle want between 130, 150, something like that. There isn't actually an official bid from Newcastle to say they want 150. They want a Premier League record. But anything over, is it 1.5, 1.10 is the Premier League record. So if Liverpool come in with 120 plus add-ons, that's Premier League record. And surely that's enough. They'll want to get rid of him. But I mean, to be honest, his attitude is his attitude stinks, to be fair, really. We want him at Liverpool. Don't get me wrong, I want him at Liverpool. I want the best strikers at Liverpool. I want the best players at Liverpool. But I want attitude. I want good attitude as well. So it's a bit of a this, that and the other. You know what I mean? And will he do it in the race and go to Madrid? Will he do the same thing? Who knows? But it's all kicking off. Hi Dave, could we see the same problems arising here, says Alan? That's exactly what I'm saying. I mean, if he signs for Liverpool next week or in 2 weeks' time and, becomes the player we all think he can be, as in world class and getting 20 plus goals a season, becomes the main man, he's only 26, in the next month or two? Will he do the same at Liverpool and want to move to Barcelona or Madrid? Who knows? Who knows? Pi is in. Say hi, hit the like, hit the share, give us a sub and show us you care. Do you want Alexander Isak to Liverpool? He is on strike officially at Newcastle United and apparently being fined by the club. But absolutely crazy breaking news stuff, as I say, from Craig Hope, ear to the ground, Daily Mail, Newcastle reporter. He's just broke it in the last, half an hour, 35 minutes, that he's on strike. And I mean, that is crazy. It's basically like handing in your transfer request. And I don't want to know, I want to move, I don't want to play in the reserves, I want to go to the champions, I want to do this, I want to do that. But I mean, you don't mess with the Geordie fans. Similarly, you don't mess with the Liverpool fans. There's probably two fan bases you do not want to mess with. One is the Geordies and one is the Liverpool fan base, because, I say they're absolutely livid at the moment, if true. And I've no doubt it's true, but apparently fined by the club too. His attitude does stink, to be fair, and his agent, has he gone too far? That's the question. Would I like him in a Liverpool shirt in the next week or two? Absolutely, of course I would. But that Newcastle-Liverpool game Monday week is going to be crazy. That Liverpool game on the Monday night football in about 10 days' time is going to be toxic. No matter what happens, Alexander Isak. Spider is in the house. Is that Spider? As in LFC Spider? Viva la Barcelona. Madrid is in. I mean, he could do the same if he signs for Liverpool in about 2 years. He might want to go and strop to go to Madrid or maybe go to Barcelona. Who knows? Liverpool should put a 200 million release clause in there if they do sign him. I would say maybe 250. Who knows? But it's breaking, it's kicking off. I'm sure social media is going crazy in the last half hour. Absolutely crazy stuff at the moment. And that's the breaking news. Alexander Isak, the Swedish superstar at Newcastle, is on strike officially and has been fined by Newcastle United. So what happens from here? Do you still want them, Liverpool fans? Do you want them at your club, my club, in the next few weeks? Yes, he's a game changer. Yes, he will be unbelievable for the club. Injury issues, but we'll see past that. But attitude-wise, could he have done it differently? We don't know what's going on behind. We don't know what's going on in the club. We don't know what the club said to him. We can only hear little bits, tidbits, and through social media and through reporters and stuff. But we actually haven't heard from Newcastle United, and we actually haven't heard from Alexander Isak. So who knows what really has gone on behind the scenes. But surely Liverpool put in a bid in the next few days. And surely he comes to Liverpool if it's any way decent. 120, 125 plus. The deal has to be done. Surely Newcastle can hang on to a player like that. I mean, he's got to be toxic in the dressing room, isn't he? He might even go to the dressing room. Let's be fair. Andrew Quinn is in. Big up Dave. Look how many players went on strike in the past. Anelka, Ashley Cole, others. I want him at a club before the Newcastle game. He won't play in that Newcastle game anyway. Even if he came at the weekend to Liverpool, he hasn't trained properly. He hasn't played a full game. He hasn't, been in a proper game. I'd say he's 2 or 3 weeks away from starting. Even if he comes to Liverpool in the next few days, he won't be available for the Newcastle game anyway, because of the fact he won't be matched. So, Pool Cube is in the house. In off. Isak to Liverpool, 120 plus 5 mil. Here we go. I hope so. Kosher Karela in the house. Hit the like, hit the share. Do you want Isak at Liverpool? It's crazy. It's madness. It's all kicking off. As I say, officially on strike. It's madness. I just think I'd go live for it and see what happens. Craig Hope, I'm sure a lot more are doing it now. Probably Sky Sports, or probably all on a Keith Downey. the whole lot of them. The Newcastle media are probably all on top of this one, but if true, it is a big turning point. Other news, of course, Liverpool have signed 18-year-old Giovanni Leone medical today. I think his first part of his medical was okay, so that's a big signing for the Reds. And of course, Premier League kicks off tomorrow night at Anfield. Liverpool, Bournemouth tomorrow night. Cannot wait for that. But this is the breaking news. This is the big transfer story of the last few years, to be fair. Certainly this window, but the last few years, I think this is the big one. The Isak mega Premier League deal to Liverpool. Will it happen? Won't it happen? Trying to force his way out. What happens now? If he's officially gone on strike and the club has fined him, what is the next move? What will Liverpool do? Will they put a big bid in the next few days? Will Newcastle ring Liverpool and say, take him away? I don't know. What do you think, guys? What do you guys think? I don't know what's going to happen. Free Isak from prison. Get him out of the black and white stripes. He's innocent until proven guilty, says Waleed. Absolutely, my friend. Big up. Need to be ruthless in the Premier League, says Ravi Bakari. Hit the like button, guys. 13 people in. Unlucky for Isak. Not unlucky for us. It's free. It's real. It's Dave's LC Chats, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Let's go. It's only orange juice, by the way. But if we sign Isak, it could be champagne. But Giovanni Leone is close. Probably tomorrow announcement. Just before the Bournemouth game. Be nice to see him in the stand watching the monster 6'5", 18-year-old Italian centre half. Very close. Happy Liverpool aren't targeting gay Mark from Palace. Yes, they are. And that one hasn't gone away either. Actually heard today that Liverpool are looking maybe as a swap for Elliott to Palace and Gay to Liverpool. I do like Gay and I do like him at the club. That's one I do want to happen. Leone's brilliant, but he's only 18. Wow, potential, unreal. But I would look like Mark Gay at the club as well. If we could get Mark Gay, Leone over the line tomorrow, Mark Gay and Isak in the next 2 weeks, it's wow. But guys, just tell me what you think. The breaking news, Craig Hope from the Daily Mail up in Newcastle, just about half an hour ago, broke the news, the crazy news. Alexanderisak goes on a strike at Newcastle United. That's the official news. That's the breaking news. It's madness. It seems to be real. I've no doubt in it. Club fine, all that type of thing. We need Isak. We need Isak to win the Premier League again for us. Yes, number 21 would be nice. I'd like number 7 Champions League too. I really would. We need to get him. Or Newcastle are the ones that really lose if Isak's not wanting to play. Yeah, I mean, I've really known in a long time a transfer saga, if you want to call that like this. A mega Premier League player like Isak, 120 plus player, one of the top 3 in the Premier League, in the world probably, strikers, to want to move so badly, to want to get out, to make it so toxic, really saying, take him away. You know, the Geordie fan base will not be happy. They haven't been happy all, you know, they're probably blaming the fact that they can't get strikers in, the likes of Sesko, the like Ekitike in. But that's not our problem, really. Their problem. They're fishing in a different pond. But I do feel a bit sad, a bit, you know, for them, for the Geordie fans. They're a good group. They have a good club, great fan base. You know, Champions League football, they won the League Cup against us. You know, I didn't mind losing to them. To be fair, I was happy them. They hadn't won out in 70 years, 7 decades, almost as old as me. So I didn't begrudge them. It's getting a bit toxic between the fan base now over this Isak business. It doesn't need to go there, you know, but it is where it is. And I can't see any other way other than moving to Liverpool in the next 2 weeks, within the next 2 weeks, because it's gone so toxic. I mean, will he ever walk out of St. James's in a black and white striped jersey after saying he's on strike and after saying he'll never play again? I can't see it. Stranger things have happened in the world of football. Stranger things have happened in life. Of course, anything can turn around. Anything can turn around. But if true, breaking news, he's on strike and has been fined by the club. It's not a good look. And he must know something more. His you know, I think Serbian, is it? His Serbian agent must know something more. But this is shithousery. This is breaking news. And let's see what happens. The next 24, 48 hours are huge. Premier League starts tomorrow night, guys. Tomorrow night, it's on our doorstep. Liverpool, Bournemouth at Anfield. We defend our title, our gold badge, going for number 21. We need Isak in the ranks. but surely there's a better way to do it than this. I would have liked it much easier a few weeks ago. Sign him, give Newcastle the money. He's in, he's training, he's match fit, he's ready to go for Bournemouth. But even if, as I said, Isak signs next week, he's a few weeks away from playing for Liverpool. He certainly won't be at the Newcastle game, I can tell you that. He needs about 400 security guards. That won't happen. Maybe to wait until after the Newcastle game, but we got to be careful too. We got to get him through the door because we do need a striker. We're a bit light up front. We do need a striker. And the longer you leave it, you can't just come to another club and say, I want your striker, no matter how much money you are, because they won't have time to get a striker in. So it's a domino effect. It really, really is. And it's interesting. It's crazy. It's madness. But Isak on strike at Newcastle is a changer, a game changer. Let's see what happens now. Newcastle, what are they thinking now? Are they ringing the phone and saying, look, Liverpool, come in with a big decent bid, come in with what close to what we want, and he's gone, get him out of here, you can take him? Or are they going to say, look, you can rot in the reserves, you're not messing around here, we're Saudi, we're state control, we've trillions in the bank, never mind billions, we've got the money, you can stay there and you can go next year, you can go in January, but you're not going the next 2 weeks unless we get one, maybe two strikers in. And I think you need two decent strikers in. Watkins, Wissa, Samu from in Portugal, talked about others, but there's not a huge pool out there really for strikers, is there? There's not a pool. Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be about 120, 125 plus add-ons. I think something like that. A deal will be done. It won't be 150. No way Liverpool will pay 150. Absolutely no way. Over your installments, amortization and all that type of stuff. I think something close to 120, 125 plus add-ons. I think that's what it will be eventually when it's done. I want this saga over. If you're Newcastle fans, want this saga over one way or the other, because if Isak isn't coming to Liverpool, we need a striker in. Ikitike enough. I mean, if he gets injured, where are we? We need a top striker in. If it's Isak, wow, what a bonus. Beautiful. But we need to know. I'd say we need to know by next week. I really do. I think Liverpool need an answer by next week if Isak is coming. You cannot leave it into the last week. Him, Han, all this type of thing, because it'll scupper us if we don't get a striker in. And we do want a striker in. We know Isak wants Liverpool. We know Newcastle now probably don't want Isak, but they need strikers. They can't let him go. It'd be footballing suicide if they let him go without getting strikers in. It's a bit of a catch-22, guys. But what do you think? Isak on strike? Not going to stay on much longer. It's just the breaking news. As I said, Craig Hope, Daily Mail has broke it. Sure, everyone's breaking it now. But Alexander Isak on strike, being club fined at Newcastle. Let's see what happens. Giovanni Leone close medical today. That could even be announced tonight. Who knows? What a big signing that will be for the Reds. I still want Gaya, still want Mark Gaya. Still a bit of leg room on that one. That one could still work, but this Isak one is just taking over the whole transfer window. And I want an end to it soon. Maybe today's antics, maybe today's breaking news will end it in the next 24, 48 hours. Who knows? I mean, Newcastle have a tough one. On Saturday, I think they play Aston Villa away. That's a tough one. I mean, they just pipped them last year. Were they 5th and 6th last year? That's going to be a tough game for Newcastle. Dare not lose that. And then you go into the game against Liverpool, the crazy toxicity game, the Monday night fall in about 10 days' time. Who did they play? Liverpool. Crazy. You couldn't have written it. Very warm. And the temperatures are just rising on social media with that Alexander Isak news today. Well, within the last hour. But guys, what do you think about it? Do you still think Isak comes to Liverpool? Do you think Newcastle dig their heels in? To be honest, I think the news today that he's gone on strike and has been fined by the club, I think he ends up at Liverpool just for that fact. He doesn't want to play for Newcastle again. What do? Cash in. Get 2 players in and cash in. Get rid of them. I mean, you have to. Why did Arnold not play Rio against Palace for some minutes? Yeah, I said the same, Alan. Bring him on for 10, 15. Even Chiesa, why did he not do it? I don't know. I really don't know. But we do need a striker. If it's Isak or not, we need a striker. We need a striker. He goes, hit the share, give us a sub, show us you care. Come on, guys. hit that like button. The more likes, the more people come in, the more conversation, the more comments, the longer we stay on, the fun we have. That's the way it works on YouTube, I suppose, and all social media. It's free, it's real, it's LFC. But as I said, what do you think of the news? Isak on strike? Wow, breaking news. Crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. My God, it's warm. It is warm. It's getting warmer in the transfer window. Wow, 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 wow. What's the next move? Will Liverpool put a bid in tonight or tomorrow? A big move. Will Liverpool go large? Will Liverpool go nuclear and go 120, 125 plus add-ons? There you go. Till or leave it. He's on strike. He doesn't want to play for you. Take the money and run. Still 2 weeks in the window. Maybe bid imminent. Will they sit on the fence for the next few days? Maybe the first game of the weekend. See if Newcastle can beat Villa. Maybe get under more pressure. Wait till Monday. Then put a big bid in. Liverpool have their own big one at Anfield tomorrow night, of course. But we shall see. I don't know what's going to happen next. We all want Isak. It does stink though. It really does stink, and I'm sure the Geordie fans are not happy bunch right now. The Geordies are not happy up in the north east of England. And to be fair, as I say, I have a bit of sympathy for them. If it happened Liverpool, as I say, Salah. It's happened to us over the years. Coutinho, Torres, Suarez. It's happened. Bigger clubs come in, ruffle the players, intermediaries, third parties talking to agents. It's rarely happens with 3 years left in your contract though. It's unusual, and such a big name, high profile player. But this is the talk of the town, talk of the tune. This is the big one. This is the one everyone is talking about. Isak to Liverpool. Will it happen? Won't it happen? What's going to happen? Is he in exile? He isn't in training. He's on strike, which is the big news. He's being fined by the club apparently. What happens next? Will Liverpool put in a big bid, a mega bid in the next 24 hours and force Newcastle's hand? Or will they sit on their laurels? Will Newcastle sit and do nothing? They're in a bit of a catch-22. Do they bend over to Liverpool and say, right, ball boy, doesn't want to play for us, take the money and run, get rid of him, he's too toxic, the fan base have gone mad, gone AWOL on him? Does that then set a precedent for their other players, the big players, Tonali, Guimaraes, all the big players, and go, if I'm not happy, I want them too? Who knows? It's a crazy situation for Newcastle to be in. I don't envy them. I do not envy them. But look, guys, as I say, not going to stay on much longer. Just a breaking news from the northeast at Newcastle. Craig Hope broke it. I'm sure everybody else is on top of it. Alexanderisak officially on strike at Newcastle United. Does not want to ever play for them again. And apparently has been fined by the club. We expect to beat Bournemouth, but if we don't, how would Liverpool react regarding Isak? I'm going to go 2-0. I'll do a quick preview later on about the Bournemouth game. We should be too good for Bournemouth, but they've given us games over the years. Liverpool, the emotional, of course, first Premier League game since Diogo and his brother passed away. We should be too good for them. I'm going to go 2-0 against Bournemouth tomorrow night. His attitude stinks and could upset him, says Donatello. That's what I'm saying. Do you take the 120, 125, whatever Liverpool are going to offer in the next bid, and just say, look, take the money, cut your losses, get out of here, invest it, and try to get 2 players over the line? It's becoming, it's seeping, it could seep into the dressing room, as Donatello said, and that would not be for Newcastle going forward. It could seep, it's seeping already through the Geordie fan base, it's seeping through social media, to be fair. It's absolutely everywhere. It's starting to get toxic. It's Geordies against the Scousers. It's mad. That game, as I was saying today, at St James's, Newcastle Liverpool, is going to be crazy. I can't see, even if Liverpool sign him, he won't be there. It'll be a security threat. You know what I mean? There's no way Isak, he won't be match fit anyway. There's no way he'll get match fit within a week. He hasn't played, hasn't competitively kicked the bloody ball. He's been training over in Sociedad. He's been training on his own, but actually hasn't kicked the ball to friend. He'll be 2 or 3 weeks away from kicking the ball for Liverpool, even if he does sign in the next 40 hours. So let's see what happens. I'm going to leave it there and go for me dinner. Any more breaking news, I will be live. So hit the like, hit the share, give us a sub, show us you care. Isak on strike, heavily fined by the club. What happens next? I'll be on top of it You'll be on top of it. Liverpool Bournemouth tomorrow night. Leone Medical close. It's all real. It's all LFC. Stay safe. Talk soon.